Hi, I'm Jo Clark, and thanks so much for joining me today. This is the Redefining Midlife podcast, a podcast designed for the 40-plus woman who is determined to challenge society's myths and beliefs around midlife. It's for the woman who is inspired and ready to define midlife her way. Join me each week as I chat to health and wellness experts for up-to-date information on how to live well, as well as some special conversations with incredible everyday women redefining what midlife can look like. Here's to making our next half of life even better than the first. Hi, and welcome to episode 30 of the Redefining Midlife podcast. In this episode, I want to talk about the possibilities for the future in the second half of life. Now, the majority of people who listen to this podcast are women who are now facing or walking into the next half of their life, and in the process, stepping out of the first half, where for decades we've been a mother, a wife, a carer, been in the workforce, had a career or a business. We're also at a stage in life where our bodies and our brains are also going through major transitions. Over the years, in this whirlwind of life, many of us have lost touch with who we really are. I know that was definitely my story and the story of so many women that I come across. So now we've got this blank page in front of us, and it's like, okay, now what's next? What should I do? What on earth do I want? Where on earth do I start? And who can help me? So let's just dive in and explore what's possible. It was a deliberate choice of mine to create episodes on this podcast that tell the stories of other everyday women who are just like you and me. And by doing that, it allows us to hear and to see ourselves in their stories. And it also gives us plenty of examples of women who have taken that brave step into the unknown. And this is so powerful because we can't be what we can't see. In fact, there's not one woman that I've interviewed who would consider themselves to be special, yet they are. Like me, they've decided to make changes, some big, some small, and then each one of us took one small step in front of the other and just kept on going. I personally reached this point, and perhaps you've reached it too, where I just wanted to become the healthiest I can be in all areas of my life. I want to nourish my body, nourish my mind, nourish my spirit, and to be the best version that I can be now and going forward. There can be so much negativity and ageism around this time of life, but that doesn't have to be the case for you. In the middle of life, although we may be navigating so many changes and transitions, I truly believe that the future is full of potential, and it provides us with an opportunity to pursue our hopes and our dreams. Now, one thing's for sure, you can spend your life any way you like, but you can only spend it once. So let's talk about the potential of the future. The truth is, by the time we reach the middle of life, we've still got decades of life ahead of us. The idea or the story that you're too old or it's too late isn't a reality in the vast majority of cases. And it's never too late to start pursuing your passions or making changes in your life. Whether it's starting a new career, traveling, learning a new skill, or adding new wellness habits, the possibilities are endless. Now, by this stage of life, we've all been through some shitty times, but we've survived them and we've learned from them. Plus, we've got a lot of knowledge and life experience in so many areas by this age. The key is to adopt a growth mindset, one that's open to learning, to trying new things, and to taking risks. It's about believing in yourself and your abilities, and to not let fear or self-doubt hold you back. Of course, this is easier said than done, so having support while you make those new changes is very helpful. And of course, I know that the future can also be scary and uncertain. I mean, you might be worried about not having enough time and not enough money, not knowing where to start, or maybe failing. But remember that failure is just a stepping stone to success, and it's never too late to start. So let's talk about some of those practical steps that you can take so you can begin to work towards your goals, your hopes, and your dreams for the future. The first thing I recommend is to get clarity on what it is that you are wanting to achieve. I have a number of resources that I've created and used for myself and for the women that I work with. And using these resources helps us to get clear on what we want and, more importantly, what we don't want into the future. I also suggest that if you're feeling overwhelmed or unsure, start small. Break down any of your goals into manageable steps and celebrate your progress along the way. For example, I began improving my health by adding one small habit at a time. I also began by undergoing extra study so I could eventually leave my job and start a new business. And I'll be completely honest and tell you that it was challenging, that there were many tears and there were many, many moments of self-doubt. There were also plenty of times when I wanted to and could have given up. At the time, I had personal challenges of my own. I had the sickness and death of my mother. I had professional burnout, and not to forget numerous times where life put up roadblocks. But I followed my plans and my dreams, and I just kept on going, one day at a time. So many of my past episodes of this podcast feature really inspiring stories of women who had reinvented themselves later in life. Episode 6 with Beth Hodson, Episode 15 with Dr. Stephanie Pidcock, Episode 27 with Lou Mullins, Episode 29 with Nikki Parkinson. And then there are a number of episodes of women who have achieved their dreams in the face of adversity. Episode 21 with Annette Densham, Episode 13 with Jen Bowers. And then there are some women who had life-threatening health challenges that pushed them into making big changes, like Episode 8 with Melanie Cross, Episode 9 with Colette Brown, Episode 12 with Kerry Robertson, Episode 17 with Kirsten Smith, and Episode 26 with Letitia Berthelsen. Now, all of these women prove that it's never too late to pursue your passions or make a change. So don't be afraid to dream big. If you need inspiration, I encourage you to really listen to their stories. Next, I also find that practicing gratitude, meditating, journaling, and visualizing to be super helpful. You may just start with one of these powerful practices. You could take some time each day to reflect on what you're grateful for and visualize your ideal future. Doing this is going to help you stay motivated and focused on your goals. There's no doubt that negative thoughts and feelings hold incredible power. Mindset work and changing our old habits, patterns, and thoughts takes time and effort, but it is the number one key to making the changes of the future happen. Believe in yourself and your abilities, and don't let fear or self-doubt hold you back. This is something that I actively work on every single day because I know firsthand it can hold you back or it can make you want to give up. Another important aspect of personal development is self-care. As we get older, it's crucial that we prioritize our health and well-being. So this means making time each day for things such as movement, eating nutritious meals, getting enough sleep and rest, reducing stress by having daily practices like mindfulness or meditation. It's prioritizing those connections with others. It's finding purpose and joy in every day. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. So taking care of yourself is essential to showing up as your best self. My Better Than Before membership for women was created especially for this purpose. And each month in the membership, we've got guest experts in the areas of wellness and health and resources to help women along with their health and wellness journey, as well as monthly group coaching sessions for that extra support. And if this interests you, head to my website, joclarkcoaching.com/waitlist, and put your name on the waitlist so you know when I open the doors to new members. Now let's talk about some other practical steps you can take towards reaching your hopes and your dreams. As I mentioned earlier, adopting a growth mindset is key. Not only does this mean being open to learning and to trying new things, taking risks and reframing failure as a learning opportunity, it also means being intentional about the people that you surround yourself with and the conversations that you have. Now, of course, I know that the future can also be scary and uncertain. You might be worried about not having enough time, not knowing where to start, or perhaps failing. But it helps to remember that you're not alone. There are countless women who have reinvented themselves later in life or achieved their dreams in the face of adversity. And one of the most powerful tools at our disposal is a support and community of like-minded women. Surrounding yourself with a supportive community is essential to personal growth and development. Being a part of a community of women who share your values and your goals can provide that encouragement, the accountability, and inspiration. The important thing is to connect with others who believe in you and your dreams. Another aspect of community and support is the power of positive conversations. Rather than dwelling on negative stories or limiting beliefs that you see and hear at this stage of life, it's important to be part of the empowering positive conversations that uplift and inspire us. Conversations that focus on what's possible and support you to make it happen. Now, research clearly shows the overwhelming benefits happen when you surround yourself with people who encourage and challenge you and engage in conversations that promote the growth and the positivity. I make it a point to seek out a supportive community as well as create strong personal boundaries in circumstances when it isn't possible. Now, I know it can be challenging if the people around you think or believe differently. And I also know it's not easy to find a mentor, someone who might help you through this phase of life and help you reimagine your future so that you do feel inspired about how good the second half of life can be. It was definitely something that I wish that I had a couple of years ago when I was at this point. And it's a main reason why I left my career to start my new business of supporting and mentoring women who are ready for that fresh start. Different conversations create different realities. Your normal becomes different and your experience of this stage of life can change. Now, if you're ready for this, I've got a brand new 4-week online group mentoring program called Reimagine, and that would be exactly for you. It'll be an inspiring space for women to have powerful and uplifting conversations, a space for beautiful connections with other amazing women that's going to leave you feeling excited about the next stage of your life. Reimagine will also help you to get the clarity that you need so you can see what's possible, and it'll give you the steps that you need so you can begin creating that new future you desire. Like I said, it's exactly what I wished that I had because I wasted a few years going around in circles. I've designed Reimagine especially for women who are ready to take those next steps, and it starts on the 20th of April. Details will be released on my socials and via email next week. If you're ready for this and you want to learn more now, send me a DM on Instagram at Jo Clark Coaching or head to joclarkcoaching.com. I can't wait for you to join and begin to experience what's possible. Now, as we wrap up today's episode, I want to encourage you to take action towards your hopes and your dreams. Surround yourself with a supportive community, be a part of empowering positive conversations, and adopt a growth mindset. Take practical steps towards self-care and prioritize your well-being. And most importantly, believe in yourself and your abilities. The possibilities for the future are endless, and it's up to you to make them happen. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Redefining Midlife podcast. If you know someone who needs to hear this message, share this episode with them. If you enjoy the podcast, please leave a rating and a review on your favorite platform, and don't forget to subscribe because we've got some fabulous guests lined up for future episodes. Until next time, keep dreaming big.